Philosophy as concept formation. Human beings form concepts, by their inherent, inborn mental nature. Human concept formation, however, may proceed essentially automatically and unconsciously, or it may proceed under the direction of intentional, conscious guidance. Completely reality-based, intentional, conscious concept formation requires disciplined, honest, mental effort. A philosophy is a set of concepts and beliefs, which provides a framework for understanding the world, and one's relationship to it, and for guiding one's activity within it. All human beings have some sort of philosophy, because human beings form concepts by their inherent, inborn nature. One's philosophy may be integrated, reality-based and rational, or it may be non-integrated, non-reality-based, and irrational. This is largely dependent upon whether one allows one's concept formation to proceed essentially automatically and unconsciously, or under the direction of intentional, conscious guidance. Even the choice not to make this or that philosophical choice, is itself a philosophical choice. Philosophy, like concept formation itself, is an inescapable part of human existence. Philosophy is often regarded as a mere intellectual curiosity, more concerned with playing games with language and arguments, than with the practical and effective guidance of thought, belief, and activity. This view results in a sterile and essentially unproductive approach, more concerned with studying the works of previous authorities, than with studying the only authority that matters, reality. The more that one's philosophy is firmly anchored in reality, the more effectively and accurately will it guide one's understanding of the world, one's relationship to it, and one's activities within it. Reality itself must be the bedrock foundation of all valid philosophy, and thus it is the bedrock foundation of Scionics. Metaphysics. The axioms of metaphysics. Metaphysics is the philosophical study of the fundamental nature of reality. It is concerned with determining fundamental absolute truths about existence itself. Closely related to metaphysics is ontology, the study or identification of those things, or classes of things, which do or can exist, as distinct from those things, or classes of things, which do not or cannot exist. Thus, in Scionics, those things which do or can exist, are considered to comprise the ontology of Scionics, or to have ontological reality, validity, etc., while those things which do not or cannot exist, are considered as ontologically unreal, invalid, etc. The term metaphysics was first used by Andronicus of Rhodes, 1st century BC, an early editor of the works of Aristotle, 384 to 322 BC. Andronicus created the term from the Greek words, meta, meaning beyond or after, and physica, meaning nature or the natural world. This was Andronicus's non-mystical, collective title for those works of Aristotle which came after, and subsequently went beyond, his earlier physics. It was also Andronicus's identifier for the subject matter of these works, the fundamental nature of reality. Despite the original, non-mystical meaning of metaphysics, the term has unfortunately come into general or popular usage, to denote things of a supernatural, occult, or mystical nature. The term adheres strictly to its original historical and non-mystical meaning, when used within Scionics philosophy. Metaphysics differs from physics, in that physics explores aspects of the world which can be scientifically tested, while metaphysics explores aspects of the world which are axiomatic, i.e., knowable with absolute certainty, and thus beyond scientific verification or disproof. But what can be known with such absolute certainty? The answer to that question can be explored by turning to the famous quote by the French philosopher René Descartes, 1596 to 1650, cogito ergo sum, Latin for, I think, therefore I am. He considered this to be an ironclad argument for his own existence, or at least for the existence of his own mind, as this statement does nothing to support the existence of the physical world. He had no way of proving that his apparent experience of the physical world was not merely a creation of his own mind, or some form of delusion, for example. His error, however, was in surreptitiously presupposing the conclusion, I am, in the initial proposition, I think. A moment of conscious thought is a moment when a thought contains an awareness of its own existence. Such a thought need not be aware of the origin of its existence, such as whether it originated in a brain, or a conscious computer of some sort, or something even more exotic. A thought need not know from whence it originated. If such a thought did contain a belief about its origin, there is also no guarantee that this is a correct belief. There could be a belief that a thought originated from a brain, when in reality it originated within a complex conscious computer simulation. For example, had Descartes analyzed his own reasoning a bit further, he might have discovered this error himself. In such a case, his famous statement might have been a bit different: thought exists, therefore existence exists. As consciousness is the fundamental aspect of thought, an even more fitting statement would be, consciousness exists, therefore existence exists. The three metaphysical axioms. 1. The axiom of consciousness: consciousness exists. Consciousness is inarguable and self-evident, in any moment of self-aware thought, as stated above. This is not to say that consciousness necessarily does or does not exist in any or every time and place, but merely that it exists at some time and place. 2. The axiom of existential logic: existence is logical, or non-contradictory. The term therefore indicates a logical relationship, and is an implicit affirmation of the underlying absolute logic of the natural world. If there were no underlying logic to the world, and the things which comprise the world, then they simply could not exist. A thing cannot exist, and be logically inconsistent with its own existence. Every entity which exists must be logically consistent with its own existence. The fact that a thing exists at all may be viewed as proof positive that it is existentially logical, consistent, and non-contradictory. For example, some object cannot be both all black and all white at the same time. It could be gray, or even striped or checkered in black and white, but not simultaneously totally black and totally white. The axiom of existential logic can be expressed in many ways. For example, existence is logical, reality is non-contradictory, etc. The axiom of existential logic also points to the metaphysical existence of mathematical truth itself. Mathematical truth, as such, is not a human creation. Humans may have devised various methods for doing mathematics, but mathematical truths remain true in the absence of humans, and in any possible reality, or any possible universe. 3. The axiom of existence: existence exists. If anything at all exists, then existence itself must exist. This is not meant to specify what kind of existence it is, or what kinds of things may or may not exist. It is merely meant to express that existence exists. The axiom of existence can be expressed in many ways. For example, existence exists, reality is real, etc. One could ask why existence exists at all. The axiom of existence does not address this question, but merely asserts that existence does, indeed, exist. The fact of existence does not answer the why of existence. This cannot be resolved by recourse to an eternal creator God, who made everything else, because even the existence of such a God would already imply existence itself. If anything at all exists, including a God, then existence itself must exist. Therefore, neither an eternal God, nor anything else, can be the cause of existence. In the absence of any cause for existence, it must be that existence itself is eternal. Interestingly, because of the metaphysical axiom of existential logic, mathematics is true even in the absence of anyone to recognize it, and even in the absence of existence itself. One reality, many possible realms. There is only one reality. Everything which exists is part of that one reality. There may be, and almost certainly are, different realms within the one reality. This leads to the following questions. Is one's universe the one and only universe, or is it perhaps one of a, possibly infinite, number of universes within a greater multiverse? Is one's world perhaps a meta-dream, being dreamed by some sort of higher being, or even by some sort of higher version of oneself? Is one's world actually a simulated or virtual realm, being played out within some type of sophisticated computer? One is directly aware of one's own mind only. Is one's mind the only real conscious mind in the world, with all others being non-conscious dream or virtual characters, with no actual minds of their own, or is the world as it appears, such that one's mind is one of many other similar minds? While these and other such questions may be of philosophical interest, it is important to recognize a few key facts. Whether the realm in which one finds oneself is the one and only universe, or one of many, or whether or not this realm is some sort of meta-dream or simulation, then the realm of that universe, dream, or simulation must exist within a greater realm of some sort. Ultimately, some sort of foundational realm must exist which is not itself contained within some greater realm. This foundational realm is the very ground of existence, the very foundation or ultimate substrate of the totality of reality, within which all other realms exist. The foundational realm, and the things within it, must be logically consistent with their own existence, or they could not exist. A thing cannot exist, and be logically inconsistent with its own existence. The realm in which one finds oneself, is a realm where one can feel pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, hope and fear, in other words, hedonic value. This is true whether this realm is the foundational realm of existence or not, and it is true whether one's mind is the only truly conscious mind in one's realm or not. Thus it is necessary for one to understand how best to operate in the realm in which one finds oneself, and how best to interact with others in that realm, whether these others are only seemingly conscious or actually conscious, if one is to best pursue and attain hedonic value. Metaphysical and philosophical naturalism. The term natural world, as used in common speech, is used to refer to those aspects of the world, which were not created or modified by human beings. In this sense, the term natural is used as an antonym for, and to distinguish from, the terms artificial or man-made. The traditional use of natural world, as a technical term in philosophy, is much broader. The traditional philosophical usage refers to the entirety of the universe, and includes the works of human beings. The purpose of the natural part of the term is as a means for differentiating between the very real realm in which we exist, and some postulated supernatural realm. Scionics recognizes that reality consists of the totality of all that exists. This includes the foundational realm, and any other possible realms. Thus, Scionics expands the definition of natural world, beyond its traditional philosophical use. In Scionics, the natural world is equivalent with reality itself. The technical philosophical sense of the natural world, in Scionics, therefore consists of all of reality, i.e., the foundational realm, and any and all universes and realms which it contains. The view that only natural things exist, in the sense that they are part of the natural world, i.e., reality or existence itself, is called metaphysical naturalism. Scionics obviously affirms and accepts metaphysical naturalism. In fact, it is directly and solidly founded upon it. Continuing this line of thought, any so-called supernatural realm is not truly supernatural, that is, located outside of existence, which would logically mean not to exist at all, but would merely be another realm of existence, would still be subject to the three metaphysical axioms, and would still be able to be investigated and mathematically described in principle. Any realm of existence, whether it be called natural or supernatural, must either be identical with the foundational realm of reality, or must be located within this foundational realm, and must have the foundational realm as the ultimate substrate or ground of its existence.
Thank you for watching. Please help spread our message by liking and sharing this video, and by subscribing to our channel. Please also visit our website, Scionics.org, and register to join the Scio-Society for free. You can also help support our cause directly, by donating through our website. We sincerely hope you will be a part of our effort to bring about the positive revolutionary transformation of the Scionics protocols.